All right, buckle up, everybody, because we've got a company for you today that's been around for almost 80 years.
Wow, almost 80 years. That's
Yeah, crazy, right? They started building planes way back when.
okay. I'm intrigued.
And now, get this, they're working with giants like Lockheed Martin.
No kidding.
And they're diving headfirst into electric vehicles and even space.
Okay, you've got my attention. Who are we talking about?
Well, get ready to go behind the scenes at AIDC, the Aerospace Industrial Development Corporation.
AIDC. All right, heard of them.
They've got a story that's a wild ride through history and technology. Welcome to the Board Business Channel.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so let's break this down. AIDC's roots, believe it or not, go all the way back to 1946.
1946? That's like right after World War II.
Right after World War II. They started as a small Air Force unit, not even in Taiwan, but in Nanjing.
Wow. Talk about a journey. To go from a small unit in Nanjing in 46 to where they are today.
It's mind-blowing. They've seen it all, from the early days of flight to the cutting edge of aerospace technology.
And they've adapted and thrived through some massive global shifts. That's what really fascinates me about AIDC.
So tell me, how does a small Air Force unit become a major player in the global aerospace industry? It's not exactly an easy feat.
No, it's not. It takes vision. It takes adaptability. But for AIDC, I think it all boils down to evolution and a relentless focus on innovation.
Innovation, yeah.
Yeah, they started by, building training aircraft, learning the ropes, mastering the fundamentals.
Sort of like paying your dues.
Yeah, exactly. But then they took a giant leap.
What do you mean?
They designed and built their own fighter jet.
Wait, hold on, their own fighter jet.
Their own fighter jet, the IDF Chinku.
That's like going from baking cookies to designing a spaceship.
You could say that. It was a game changer, a declaration of Taiwan's technological prowess. They called it the indigenous defense fighter, and it really was a statement.
A statement about?
A statement about their commitment to self-reliance, their ability to push the boundaries of engineering.
I mean, not many countries can design and build their own advanced fighter jets.
That's exactly right. And that's what makes AIDC so special.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention. But they didn't stop there, did they? Their portfolio goes way beyond fighter jets.
Oh, absolutely not. We're talking collaborations with giants like Boeing and Airbus, producing parts for helicopters, for spacecraft.
Spacecraft parts, now that's impressive.
It is, right. And they're even working on Taiwan's new advanced jet trainer, the Young Yin. They've got their hands in everything.
It's like they're the ultimate aerospace multi-tool. But who's the mastermind behind all of this? Who's leading this incredible operation?
Well, that would be Chairman Moody Hugh.
Moody Hugh. All right, what's his story?
He's not your average CEO. This guy was an Air Force lieutenant general. He brings military precision and a deep understanding of the industry to AIDC.
Wow, that's incredible. So he's not just a business leader. He's got real-world experience in the field.
Exactly. He knows the ins and outs of aerospace like the back of his hand. And that kind of experience at the helm, it's invaluable.
Makes sense. So let's talk about a major challenge, the COVID pandemic. That threw the entire aviation industry for a loop. How did AIDC weather that storm?
You know what? They did something really smart. Instead of panicking, they saw opportunity.
Opportunity in a pandemic.
They knew the global supply chain was in chaos, so they stepped up and filled the gaps.
So they became the reliable guys when everyone else was struggling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had the expertise, the capacity, and they were ready to go. Think about it. Airlines grounded their fleets, maintenance demand plummeted.
Right, because no one was flying.
And AIDC, with all their expertise in aircraft repair and overhaul, suddenly had the capacity to take on work that others couldn't. They kept planes in top shape, ready to fly when demand returned.
So they didn't just survive the pandemic, they turned it into a chance to shine.
Exactly. That's AIDC for you. Always thinking ahead, always adapting. But the big question is what's next?
Yeah. What is next for AIDC? Are they content with being aerospace all-stars?
Content. I don't think that word exists in their vocabulary. They're always looking ahead, pushing boundaries. Their vision extends beyond aircraft. Now they're looking at green energy, electric vehicles, you name it.
It's like they're saying, we build fighter jets, now we're going to build a better future. That's ambitious.
Ambitious, absolutely. But with their track record, I wouldn't bet against them.
I wouldn't either. They've proven time and again that they can adapt, innovate, and deliver. And that's what makes AIDC such a fascinating company to watch.
I agree. They've got a rich history, a brilliant team, and a vision for the future. What's not to love?
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, how AIDC transformed from its early days building training aircraft to becoming a global force in aerospace, defense, and now even venturing into green energy and electric vehicles.
It's an incredible story, and we've only just scratched the surface.
That's right, there's so much more to discover about this remarkable company. Buckle up, everyone, because we're just getting started.
Welcome back to the Board Business Channel. We're diving even deeper into AIDC's amazing journey. Remember those training aircraft they were building back in the 50s?
Oh yeah, I remember. From those humble beginnings to a global aerospace powerhouse, that's quite a transformation.
It really is. And we can't forget about that fighter jet, the IDF Chinkuo. They didn't just build a fighter jet.
They designed and built their own, right? Like from scratch.
From scratch. It was a major milestone for Taiwan, a real testament to their engineering and design capabilities.
It really put them on the map, didn't it?
Absolutely. The Chinkuo, also known as the indigenous defense fighter, was a symbol of Taiwan's commitment to self-reliance and their determination to push technological boundaries.
Speaking of self-reliance, AIDC is also playing a key role in Taiwan's indigenous defense submarine program. These submarines are vital for Taiwan's security.
You're right, they are vital. And AIDC is right there, involved in their design and construction. It's another example of how they're stepping up to meet the challenges Taiwan faces.
It's amazing how they manage to balance their role in defense with their contributions to the global aerospace industry. Talk about a company wearing multiple hats.
And they wear them all well. Their expertise isn't limited to defense, remember?
Oh, right. They're partnerships. They work with some of the biggest names in the business.
Exactly. Boeing, Airbus, you name it. They've probably collaborated with them. They manufacture parts for all sorts of aircraft, those giant commercial airliners we fly on, helicopters zipping around overhead.
I had no idea their reach was so extensive.
It's pretty remarkable. They've even worked on components for spacecraft. Can you believe it?
Spacecraft? That's next level. What kind of technology makes that possible?
They've got some seriously advanced composite materials technology, which they developed at their Taiwan Advanced Composite Center. And it's in high demand across the aerospace industry.
So they're kind of like the unsung heroes of aviation, quietly making sure everything runs smoothly up in the air.
I like that. The unsung heroes. It's a great way to put it. And it's not just about building things. They also provide maintenance, repair, and overhaul services for aircraft. Their expertise in this area is top-notch.
So they build it and they can fix it. Talk about a full-service operation. Do they have specific facilities for this?
Oh, yeah. They've got dedicated facilities for all sorts of maintenance. They even have a specialized facility for F-16 fighter jet maintenance.
No way they can fix up F-16s. That's incredible.
It is, and they're certified by Lockheed Martin, the company that builds the F-16s, to perform maintenance on them. Talk about trust and expertise.
It's mind-boggling how AIDC manages to juggle all these different roles: defense, global aerospace, maintenance. It's like they're masters of multitasking, excelling in every arena.
Well, it all comes down to their long-term strategy. Remember how we talked about them weathering the COVID storm?
By diversifying their operations, right?
Oh.
Thinking outside the box and finding new opportunities.
Precisely. That forward-thinking approach is leading them into some exciting new territories. They've been actively exploring new markets, particularly in green energy and electric vehicles.
So it's not just planes and submarines anymore. What's driving this shift? Is it just about staying ahead of the curve?
It's definitely about staying ahead of the curve, but it's also about something more. They're leveraging their engineering expertise to develop solutions for a more sustainable future. Think about it. They're not just building the vehicles of tomorrow.
They're helping to create a world where those vehicles run on clean energy.
Exactly. It's a brilliant move considering the growing demand for electric transportation and renewable energy sources.
It sounds like they're constantly evolving, adapting to the changing needs of the world, always looking ahead to what's next on the horizon.
That's the key to their success. They understand that innovation and adaptation are essential for long-term survival, and that's what sets AIDC apart. They're not content with just keeping up. They're determined to lead the way.
It's inspiring to see a company with such a rich history constantly reinventing itself. But how do they maintain that momentum? I mean, they've been around for decades.
It all comes down to their leadership and their people. Moody Hu, their chairman, has been instrumental in guiding AIDC through those challenging times and positioning them for future success.
It makes sense, right? His background as an Air Force Lieutenant General, he brings a unique perspective to the table, that's for sure.
Absolutely. His military experience has instilled in him a disciplined and focused approach, along with a deep understanding of strategy and risk management. but he also understands the importance of fostering a culture of innovation and collaboration within the company.
So it's not just about having the best technology, it's about having the right people and the right leadership to drive that technology forward.
Exactly. And AIDC gets that. They invest heavily in their workforce, providing training and development opportunities to ensure their employees have the skills and knowledge to stay ahead of the curve.
It's incredible how they've managed to stay relevant and innovative for so long. They've proven time and again that they can rise to any challenge and continue to be a leader in the aerospace industry and beyond.
And they show no signs of slowing down. They're just getting started, really.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, from fighter jets and submarines to their ventures into electric vehicles and green energy. But before we wrap up, I want to get your take on something. Why should our listeners care about AIDC? What are the key takeaways here?
That's a great question. I think there are a few important things to highlight. First, AIDC is a prime example of a company that successfully navigated a rapidly changing global landscape. They've adapted to new technologies, embraced globalization, and diversified their operations to stay ahead of the game. They're a role model for other companies looking to thrive in today's dynamic business environment.
That's a great point. Their ability to adapt and stay ahead of the curve is remarkable.
Absolutely. Second, AIDC demonstrates the power of innovation and a commitment to pushing boundaries. They haven't been afraid to take risks, whether it's developing their own fighter jet or venturing into new sectors like green energy.
It's that willingness to explore new frontiers that keeps them at the forefront of their industry.
And finally, AIDC underscores the importance of investing in people and fostering a culture of collaboration. Their success is a testament to the dedication and expertise of their workforce, as well as the leadership's vision for the future.
It's a good reminder that a company is only as strong as its people. Having the right team and the right leadership can make all the difference.
Couldn't agree more. I think those are some of the key takeaways from our exploration of AIDC. They're a company that's worth keeping an eye on, and I'm excited to see what they accomplish in the years to come.
Me too. Now, before we move on, let's take a moment to acknowledge the incredible work of our friend Steve, the Executive Director of the Arizona, Taiwan office. He's been instrumental in connecting us with AIDC and highlighting the achievements of Taiwanese businesses on a global stage.
Absolutely. Steve's dedication to promoting Taiwan's economic prowess and fostering international partnerships is truly commendable, and we're especially thrilled that AIDC has chosen to invest in Arizona, further solidifying the strong ties between Taiwan and the United States.
It's a testament to the company's global outlook and their belief in the power of collaboration. But we're not done yet, folks. There's still more to uncover about AIDC and their plans for the future. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Board Business Channel, everybody. You know, as we wrap up our look at AIDC, I keep thinking about Chairman Modi Hu. It's not every day you meet a CEO who also happens to be an Air Force Lieutenant General.
Yeah, that's a pretty unique background. I'm curious, how does that kind of military experience translate into leading a company, especially one as complex and cutting edge as AIDC?
That's a great question. You think about all the skills you develop in the military: strategic planning, risk assessment, managing complex operations, leading teams under pressure. Those are all essential for running a company that's constantly pushing the boundaries of technology.
You're absolutely right. And let's not forget the discipline, the focus, the emphasis on teamwork that's ingrained in military culture. Those qualities are invaluable in the business world, especially when you're trying to foster a high-performing, innovative team.
Exactly. And it's clear that Modi Hu has instilled those values at AIDC. They've created this amazing culture of collaboration and innovation where everyone is empowered to push the limits and strive for excellence.
It's like they've created this incredible ecosystem where everyone is working together toward a common goal and constantly pushing each other to achieve more. And it's not just about building amazing aircraft, it's about something bigger. Modi Hu has this vision for AIDC playing a key role in shaping a greener, more sustainable future.
That's where their move into electric vehicles and green energy comes in, right?
Yeah.
The bold move for a company with such deep roots in aerospace and defense.
It is bold. But when you think about it, AIDC has always been about pushing boundaries and embracing new challenges. They're not afraid to step outside their comfort zone. They're using their engineering expertise and their incredible drive for innovation to tackle one of the biggest challenges facing our planet, creating a sustainable future.
I love that. It's like they're saying, we helped build the world's transportation systems, now we're going to help make them sustainable. And they're not just talking about it, they're taking action.
Exactly. They're developing cutting-edge technologies for electric vehicles, working on renewable energy systems. It's pretty inspiring to see.
It really is. AIDC is a company that's not content with just resting on their laurels. They're constantly evolving, adapting, and pushing themselves to be better.
They're a great example of how a company with a rich history can continue to innovate and reinvent itself to stay ahead of the curve. They've shown that it's possible to be successful while also making a positive impact on the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh,
AIDC is a company that's worth watching closely. I have a feeling they're going to continue to surprise us for years to come.
I agree. They're a true inspiration, a company that embodies the spirit of innovation, resilience, and a commitment to making a positive impact on the world.
Well said. Now, before we sign off, I want to give a shout out to our friend Steve, the Executive Director of the Arizona Taiwan office. He's been a fantastic resource connecting us with incredible companies like AIDC and helping to showcase their achievements on a global stage.
Absolutely. Steve's passion for promoting Taiwan's economic strength and building international partnerships is truly inspiring, and we're especially excited about AIDC's investment in Arizona. It's a testament to their global outlook and their commitment to collaboration.
It's a win-win for everyone. All right, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the incredible world of AIDC. I hope you've enjoyed this journey as much as we have.
It's been a real pleasure sharing this journey with you. AIDC is a truly remarkable company.
It's been an amazing journey through AIDC's history, their innovations, and their bold vision for the future. And on that note, we'll wrap up this episode of the Board Business Channel. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll be back next time with another fascinating deep dive into the world of business and innovation.